I asked the class 10 students to study yesterday. So today there is their presentation. These are the students of Precious National Academy, grade 10. The number of students are a little bit few because some of the students they have gone outside as they are found defaulters. Dipesh is reading, Ujjwal is also pointing out reading, Renu is ready, and Vikas, Sudeep, Dilsad, and here is Subesa, next Krishala, and here is Akriti Pradhan. Akriti Pradhan is also reading. And one defaulter boy is here down, he is Bikal Adhikari. So mainly he was here because he was disturbing others, making chui sound. Okay, now let's begin from Akriti Pradhan. Akriti, are you ready? Good. So you can tell the topics in a glance, a summary, right? Okay.
Good morning everyone, it's me Akriti Pradhan standing here to tell you something about the topic invertebrates. The invertebrates have 9 phyla. Today I am going to tell about the silkworm, which is included in the arthropoda phyla, and the classification of silkworm is did in this way: kingdom Animalia, phylum subkingdom invertebrates, and phylum arthropoda, and type silkworm. And silkworms are very useful invertebrates. They produce silk fibers, which is very useful. The silkworm passes through the 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. When the male and female silkworms mate, after mating, the male silk moth dies and the female lays about 400 to 500 eggs, and after 4 to 5 days females also die, and then after the egg stage, within the 4 to 5 days the eggs hatch into larva. The larva is the most active stage of the silk moth. There are 5 stages of the in larva. There are 5 stages in larva which are called instarts. The larva continuously eat for 4 to 5 days. They feed on the mulberry.
7:50 a.m.
And after eating for 4 to 5 days, they stop eating for some days, and they grow. And after 4 to 5 days, they grow. Then, in this way, the 5 instars are completed. Then, after 25 to 30 days, they change into pupa. Puparium is the most inactive stage of the silk moth. They cover themselves with the silk. In this stage, they are covered with the silk. We can produce silk. They are changed into cocoon. They can be used as fibers. And after few days, by rupturing the wall and imago, the adult silk moth comes out from it. And the next topic is, in this way the life cycle of silk moth is completed. Now let me tell you about the honeybee. The classification of honeybee is done in the following way: kingdom Animalia, subkingdom invertebrates, phylum Arthropoda, and type like honeybee. Honeybee also has the four stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. There are three types of honeybee. They are the queen honeybee, the workers, and the drones. There is only one queen in the. There is only one queen in the honeybee, and few dormants, and the rest are the workers. Honeybee, the workers honeybee feed on the flowers. They suck the juice of the flowers and produce honey. Honeybees are very important as they help in the pollination. In the most plants, the pollination is done with the help of honey. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Akiri Pradhan. Now let me call Ishwor Neupane. Ishwor Neupane, you have to choose the other topic, not the same topic, invertebrates, either gravitation or classification of elements.
Good morning, Mr. Sir and my dear friends. Today it's me, Ishwor Neupane, here to tell about the gravitational force. Okay, first, what is the gravitational force? Suppose there is a mass, a body A and B, and the force of attraction between those two bodies is called gravitational force. And gravitational force is directly proportional to the mass of the object and inversely proportional to the square of their radius. And from this relation, we can get that F is equals to gm1 times m2 by r square or d square. Similarly, gravitational force depends upon the mass of the body and the distance of the square of their distance. And due to the gravitational force, there is the tides between the oceans and seas. And similarly, due to the gravitational force, we are able to stand war properly. The value of gravitational force is called universal constant, and the value of capital G is 6.67 times minus 10 to the power 11 Newton meter square per kg square, and the value of small g in the earth is 9.8 meter per second square. In Mars it is 3.8 meter per second square, and Moon 1.6 meter per second square. Similarly, in Jupiter it is 25 meter per second square. And the value of small g depends upon the radius and the mass of the body. And value of g also varies from place to place. When we are in the more right, the value of g is smaller, and when we are nearer to the radius, the gravity is more. And when we are at the center, the value of small g is equal to the 0. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishwor Neupane. So he has said about the topic gravitation. Now let me call Sisam Alimagar. So you have got next topic, that is classification of elements. Afterwards, boys, you be ready for next topic.
Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to represent about the topic classification of elements. The arrangement of elements on the basis of their atomic number or similarities, on their characteristics or dissimilarities, on the basis of their characteristics known as a classification of elements. There are two predictable in which the elements are classified on the basis of their atomic mass and atomic number. On the basis of atomic weight, the periodic table that is classified on the basis of atomic weight is known as mental periodic table, and the atomic and the periodic table that is classified or arranged on the basis of atomic number is known as modern periodic table. Mental periodic table states that the physical and the chemical the physical and the chemical properties of the element is the periodic function of their atomic mass, and the modern periodic table states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic function of their atomic number. There are some advantages and disadvantages of mentally predictable, and the disadvantages of mentally predictable are the place of hydrogen is not identified in mentally predictable, and the lactanides and anthanides are not kept separately in mentally predictable, and its advantages is it has kept some space for discovered elements which will be discovered in the future, and the advantage of modern predictable is it has separated the lactanides and anthanides with other elements. As in the mentally predictable, the elements having same characteristics, but their atomic number were different, were kept in different groups and period, but the elements of same characteristics are kept in same groups and same period in the modern predictable.
Thank you, Sisam. Sisam had said from the topic classification of elements, right? One round is completed. Now we'll begin next round. So next round begins from Dipesh Adhikari. Adhikari, he is very lucky because he can tell from any topic, but the rest of others they have to say choose only one, and again finally one topic. Okay, Dipesh is here.
Good morning to you all. It's me, Dipesh Adhikari, here to tell something about invertebrates. At first, there are 8 phylum in invertebrates, and in 8 invertebrates, there are Porifera, Coelenterata, Nematherianthus, Brachyhelminthes, Annelida, Mollusca, Arthropoda, Echinodermata. And Arthropoda is useful. In Arthropoda there are useful and
It's 8 o'clock.
insects. In Arthropoda like silkworm inside. At first, its kingdom is now silkworm is very important for us. It forms a quality of fiber called silk.
Hey, continue.
There are two types of silkworm, silk moth and cerise silkworm and Aries silk moth. The classification of silkworm is kingdom.
Annelida. Silkworm Annelida.
Animalius of kingdom. Arthropoda.
You will make us confused, huh? He is not confirmed. He is going to make us confused.
Invertebrata. Phylum. Arthropoda. Classification. Classification. Silicone is useful for us. It is used to make the clothes. Silicone is useful for different kind of business. Yes, exactly.
Finish. So he tried. Give him big round of applause. So now it's the turn of Ishwor Neupane. Ishwor, she can choose anyone. And Krishala is been very excited to tell the topic. Okay, your turn will come afterwards.
Good morning, everybody. Today is Ishwor Neupane from class 10 to tell us something about gravitation. The major force of attraction between any two bodies in the universe is known as gravitation. The Newton law of gravitation states that everything in the universe attracts each other with the force of gravitation. The force of gravitation is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between the centers. What is gravity? Gravity is the force which is acted upon the earth that pulls all the bodies towards the center. What is mass? The quantity of matter that is contained in a body is called mass. What is weight? Weight is the force of attraction. Weight is the force which pulls the body towards the center. What is the difference between mass and weight? Mass is scalar quantity and weight is vector quantity. The unit of mass is kg, whereas the unit of weight is Newton. There are different factors that affect the gravitation. They are radius and the product of masses. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ishwor Neupane. Now it's the turn of Dilshad Khan. So he has got the topic, classification of elements. Once again. Yeah, give me a big round of applause.
Good morning, you all. Let's be teacher and my dear friend. Today is near this Khan to present about the classification of element. So first let's talk about the mentally predictable. It states that the physical and chemical properties of the element are based on the increasing number of their weight. And let's talk about the modern predictable. The modern predictable states that the physical and chemical properties of elements are based on the atomic structure of their mass. And the advantage of modern periodic table is we can easily find out the element in the arranged way, but in maintaining predictable it is very difficult to find the elements. So modern predictable is good, and mentally predictable is difficult to find the elements, and there is some spaces in more predictable for the common elements and other elements. Thank you.
Thank you, Dilshad Khan. So second round is completed. Now we are going to begin third round. For third round, I am going to call
Assis.
Here, this boy, what is his name?
Ashish
Ashish
Khatri.
Khatri. Options, you can choose any topic. There are three topics: gravitation, invertebrates, and classification of elements. Let's begin.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. As you know that I am Ashish Khatri from class 10, currently studying in Precious National Academy. Today I am in front of you all to deliver a short speech about classification of elements. Okay, then what do you mean by classification of elements is the systematic distribution of the elements. Before it was, till now there have been many periodic table, but we can find the latest one is modern periodic table, which is mostly capable for most of the elements. And before there was Mendeleev's periodic table. This was the first periodic table which classified the elements successfully on the atomic mass. But there were many defects of Mendeleev periodic table. But till now we respect the Mendeleev periodic table because he was successful to classify the elements. But because of his classification of elements on the basis of atomic mass, there were many defects. Some of his defects were position of hydrogen. The position of hydrogen was not suitable for study, and there were the grouping of chemically dissimilar elements. And by reducing such defects, now modern periodic table has been established. In modern periodic table, the elements are classified on the basis of their atomic number. This periodic table deals with states that the periodic function of their atomic number, and so this is all about the periodic table. Now we know. Now I will define the terms. And first of all, element. Element is the smallest particle which can neither be broken down, or form into another. No, I will define it later. Now we know valency. Valency is the combining capacity of an element with another element. And atom. Atom is the neutral part of the nucleus. Nucleus is the neutral part of the atom. And around the nucleus, the cell are also known as energy cell, or it is also known as orbit. And the layer found between orbit and nucleus is known as orbitals or subcells. We can give the formula for the capacity of having elements in outermost cell by 2n square rule, where n represents the number of elements, and we have 4 blocks. They are SPDF in each. No. Now another term there is. And there are till now 18 elements discovered till now. Out of them, I think 92 are artificial, natural, and remaining others are artificial.
Artificial.
Yes, and there was Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashish Khatri.
Back to the host.
Now it's the turn of Krishala Acharya. Krishala Acharya, you have to change from either gravitation or invertebrates. Okay?
Good morning, everyone.
बसी रहन्छ यसमा
Gravitation
उयो ठ्याक्कै आयो
tells
Name it
us
up.
the distance. Gravitation, the force between two iron bodies is known as gravitation. Newton universal law states that every object in the universe attracts its others with force called gravitation, which is directly proportional to the product of mass and inversely proportional to the square of distance between their centers. Differences between mass and weight. Mass, the amount of matter contained in a body is known as mass. Weight is defined as force with a body which attracts towards the center. Mass, it is vector quantity. Weight, it is scalar quantity. Differences between acceleration due to gravity and gravitations are acceleration due to gravity is non-universal force, and whereas gravitation is universal force. Acceleration due to gravity is vector quantity, whereas universal force is scalar quantity. Scalar quantity only scalar substances. As a unit of acceleration is meter per second square, whereas gravitation, the second of gravitation is
यहाँ सुन्दैन हराउन
Welcome very much. Welcome very much.
So these are the defaulters. Defaulters are hiding here. Look at their faces. Yeah.
Standing off in place, look at protections.
Call him.
All of you clap.
To say something about on the topic invertebrate, and I'm going to talk about the subdomain the topic invertebrate. I'd like to start by telling the dividing the into Silkumar classified as kingdom, Animalia, subkingdom, Invertebrata, phylum, Arthropoda, class Insecta, and common name silkworm or silkworm. Silkworm are creamy white in color. Silkworm are creamy white in color, and they.
Will you keep silent?
Silkworm are creamy white in color, and they are unisexual.
Silva.
Silkworm are unisexual.
I will be cameraman.
Then are ready.
Characteristics of silkworms are they are unisexual.
Don't
They
tell
are
me.
they have just water. They are.
Don't guide him, eh? Don't guide. He must say himself. Okay. Thank you. So, you'll be ready. Now I'll call Renu Krishna. This is the Vajra topic. Invertebrates. Come here. Everybody, be focused.
Good morning, all of you. Today is we resistance standing in front of you to tell some talk about and the classification of Indian silkworm is class kingdom Animalia class subkingdom Invertebrata, phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, and common name silkworm or silkworm. In the 45 days of the life cycle of silkworm is completed, and in the economic importance of silkworm bark, it is used for the making clothes.
You are reading.
It is used
It is
for
going on. Keep hand down.
it is used for the fibers.
Please keep silent.
Characteristics of silkworms are it is
Right?
Priscilla.
silkworms also pattern easily.
We will do like this regularly. Now I will find another thing and I will do something.
It is highly
Even if you are
elastic.
going to the bigger classes, then what will happen?
Honeybee. The class kingdom.
Sorry?
Animalia subkingdom. Invertebrata class. Phylum Arthropoda, common name in bee or in honeybee. Thank you.
Thank you. Invertebrates. Now is the turn of Bikal. Alright. He is coming with full interest. Bikal, what is your topic? Invertebrates just before.
No, I practice.
Invertebrates only, okay. These are the questions coming
Today is because of silence. You have to tell something about invertebrate. Invertebrate consists of 9 phylum and out of this phylum Arthropoda is useful. Some of insects are useful, whereas some other are harmful for beings. Likewise, the silkworm
8:20 a.m.
Arthropoda is very important.
Battery level is 59%.
Today here I am here to tell something.
We can say today I am here to say something means you couldn't say anything. Now it's a turn of Shilpa.